Ready for a trip back to the 70s?
The 70s, it was the decade of my childhood, and though it was a time of innocence and discovery, there was little in the way of naivete with our young generation. Fear did not exist. If there was a steep, cool-looking hill, we were mountain climbers. If there was a bike jump someone built on the road, we were daredevils. And if there was a rock distance throwing contest going on, we were strong men. Felt like a childhood of little to no limitations. When you got up on Saturday morning, had cereal and watched cartoons for a while, there'd be a knock at the door, a couple of friends would be there, you might hang out on the front porch for a while, toss the ball around for a bit. By then the old man would be coming out to the car to go out for a while, and he'd give you his patented dad warning. Stay out of trouble, boys, or your mom will have a bird. We always tried to at least keep to within a reasonable radius of the neighborhood so our moms wouldn't worry. Contrary to popular belief, kids didn't always have the freedom in those days to just bugger off to God knows where and come home when the streetlights came on. I hear that a lot in nostalgia videos, and for some, that might have been true. But we never messed with the moms. They were easygoing, but if you screwed up too many times, you were apt to get a trip to the woodshed while your dad would be standing by going, "Told you so." Compared to the helicopter parent model of today, it would seem in comparison that we all could just come and go as we pleased back then, but at the time, it really wasn't the case, though there were no complaints out of me about it. Some memorable times in '74. Richard Nixon resigned, Muhammad Ali defeated George Foreman in the Rumble in the Jungle, Evel Knievel tried to jump a canyon in a rocket, and as cheesy as it might seem now, we all wanted to be like the Fonz and snap our fingers and have girls run to us, or fist bump the wall to make the lights go on. I had both the Evel Knievel and Fonzie lunchboxes, as well as the $6 Million Man one, which was the most badass of them all, and whenever I had to run or lift something, I was making that bionic noise to show off my superhuman abilities. 75 was a big year. The Betamax was released to home consumers, and though there were others released before it, like the Cartravision system, which quickly failed due in part to the strategy of making it a built-in combo with a cabinet TV with an eye-popping price tag of $1,600, it holds the distinction, though, of being the first VCR format that licensed movies for home rental purposes. Ahead of its time, yes, but not something the average consumer was willing to shell out for, considering you could still take your family of four to the movies for less than $20. Betamax eventually lost the format war to JVC's VHS, sank into obscurity, and watched from the graveyard as the era of home movie rentals was finally ushered in with success. It does have an illustrious place in history, though, as a staple of the wood grain era. Jaws was released that same year and became the first summer blockbuster and gave a whole generation reason to be on the lookout for giant fins while at the beach, all the while making that dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum noise anytime we got close to somebody while we were in the water. We saw the nerds of the world unite as Bill Gates and Steve Jobs started their respective companies that would ultimately become the biggest in the world. 76 saw the fleeing of the Lutz family from their awesome haunted house in Amityville. Do you think it was a hoax? That place was so cool looking that I don't care if demons held card games in the basement. I'd still live there. Kids of my age group who are about 7 to 9 years old will remember that as a period when your parents deemed you old enough to walk the 9 blocks to the nearest corner store alone, with $2 in pocket, $1 to get the old man a pack of smokes, and the rest on as much candy as a buck could buy. Not a bad haul, and made you feel like a grown-up being out on your own for the first time. It probably served as a catalyst for most of us who moved out a week after graduating high school. Independence, man, once you get a taste for it. Thanks for watching. Hit the bell to get notified when part 3 comes out. Also subscribe for other great nostalgia content that I have in the works, and we'll see you at the next time capsule.